Hey, what's happening, everyone? Cody Lefevre here, coming to you with another training update. Over 700 days here, all made possible not through determination or consistency or patience or any of those things. We're talking about steroids in the fabric. The trend weave, you can get it in my merch at the Gainz shop. Stolen patented DARPA technology. You wear two shirts, you're 200% stronger. That's how it works. This is a Gainz Culture shirt featured in this video. I appreciate everyone ordering recently from the Gainz shop. Thank you so much for your support. I cannot stress that enough. This shirt I did design myself, and pretty stoked on it, honestly. The merch shop, though, the pictures there don't do it justice. The design is not nearly as pixelated as Teespring shows it. I need to do different photos or something like that. Maybe photo shoot, fashion show. That's what I'm talking about. This is high fashion streetwear, right? Just a matter of time until Supreme starts talking to me about designing their clothes. That's just how good these designs are. And it really helps that we got the Trendweave technology. I'm just so glad that special mission to steal that patented technology from DARPA, that mission went surprisingly well. Very smooth operation. We got it out of there. Now it's over at Teespring and making people strong, making me strong. 700 days, over 700 days now, wouldn't be possible without it. So once again, just thank you everyone for purchasing steroids from me. T-shirts, just kidding. Don't need the feds showing up my door, not getting the joke. Seriously, if you are with the DEA, there is not steroids in the fabric. But if you're just a normal person, just kidding, allegedly steroids in the fabric. Alright, I've killed that joke. Let's talk about training. This is 315 pounds on the bar, using the safety squat bar with a weight that actually injured me last year in 2020. I was going for a 20 rep max, and I got to 16, racked it there. Let's not dwell too much on that. Although I'm in a bodybuilding phase, this is a heavier T1 range with General Gainz framework. If you're familiar with General Gainz framework, then you know that singles after the rep max means it's T1. If you're unfamiliar with the General Gainz framework, then you need to read up on some of my blog posts and some posts on Reddit. Much of that will be linked in the description box below if you want to learn more about the training framework that I've been working with for over 3 years now, and for nearly 2 years training every single day with General Gainz. Those heavy singles before this lighter rep max here of 15 rep max with 205 pounds. Previous to this, I was just working with those singles to dial in my tension, my position, and standing out of the hole as fast as I can under a reasonably heavy weight, for me at least. Now, drop back down over 100 pounds, limit the range of motion. I can then maintain tension a little bit better, sit back a little bit further onto the bench, and dial in my position so that I can focus even more on the specific muscles working. So I wasn't fatiguing myself necessarily with the 315 pound 3 rep max and those 6 singles afterwards. It wasn't necessarily about fatigue or getting stronger. That's certainly happening. But it was more about kind of an over warm-up, we might say, so that when I do get into the lighter weights, higher repetitions, I can not be thinking about the weight so much, but thinking about the way I'm moving. Special guest, Brett Contreras, the glute guy, not approving this Glute Ham Roller. I do need to get my hips up a little bit higher on this, so it's one thing I do need to improve using the Sorinex Glute Ham Roller, a fairly inexpensive piece of equipment. So if you're thinking about adding to your home gym, definitely consider getting one of these contraptions that I'm working with right there. Pretty awesome even for ab wheels, lunges, that sorts of stuff. So I'm supersetting these sets with the safety squat bar and the Glute Ham Roller. Did a 15 rep max with 205 pounds, then did 6 half sets of 8 reps each, still with 205 pounds, supersetting them all with 15 rep sets on the Glute Ham Roller. These complementary supersets allowed me to dial more into my posterior chain as I continued through the workout. So by the time I got to the last set, I wasn't necessarily really tired and fatigued, but I can tell that my muscles that I was specifically targeting in this leg day session were getting a really good training stimulus. And that's one of the benefits of using a limited range of motion or a lighter weight, is that you can focus on qualitative aspects of your training. And that is a paradigm shift from what I'm used to, which would be powerlifting, where it's really a numerical thought process about your training, either getting more reps or adding more weight to the bar. With bodybuilding, it leans more qualitative in that you're thinking about tension, you're thinking about the muscles that are producing the movement, not just the movement up and down. That aspect of getting through a full competition permitted range of motion. So the limited range of motion here is not about getting stronger per se. It's more about having a means for me to consistently target my posterior chain as I try to sit back into the safety squat bar. Now, I will get a lower bench and get more and more depth on this. That's not exactly what my priority is on this. I do want to focus more on sitting back though, because as you will see, not really doing that great of a job. Thanks, Louis, for pointing that out. Shin angle is a little bit forward. I need to focus on keeping that more vertical, sitting back a little bit more. I don't have as good of posterior chain activation with going a little bit forward on the knees. I can improve on that. So thanks to the two special guests dropping in and telling me where I messed up at. Working on it, guys. Thank you. The session here, though, I feel like it was productive, nevertheless. I wasn't overly sore the next day or the day after. Did some stiff leg deadlifting and some deadlifting in the days after this session, and those both went really good. And when it comes to training every single day, now for nearly 2 years, it's about mitigating your fatigue so that you're not going into some massive recovery debt. You can still get a good training stimulus, but you have to have limits on your training. And this isn't to limit you, but this is to give you direction. Because if you don't have a framework that you're operating within, you can't move up to your goal, right? You can't progress forward if you're lost in the sauce and all in the mix, not knowing what's your left and right lateral limit. By having limits like those set forth in general Gainz, you can think of a goal and achieve that goal through consistent training and having patience. Those things are just two aspects of getting where you want to go in your training, and whether it's getting stronger or getting bigger, you can achieve both those things with general Gainz. I've already demonstrated with myself and in clients that general Gainz will get you stronger. You will get 1 rep max PRs and rep max PRs all along the way. When I was focused more on strength training in the year prior, I achieved a 1 rep max all-time PR with my strict press. I achieved a 20 rep max with my barbell back squat. I achieved a number of other rep maxes along the way. I've got clients who have done the very same. I've got clients that have gone to powerlifting meets and have hit PRs on the platform and have done quite well. One, fairly recently, you can check that out on my Instagram. I'll link it in the description box below. She did great. This here is a different kind of training than powerlifting. So the bodybuilding approach requires a little bit different execution. So thanks for watching the video. The workouts listed there, all the reps, sets, weights, everything like that. I appreciate you listening to the content here, everyone's support. Thank you for buying at the merch shop. If you got questions, put them in the comments below. Again, thanks for watching the channel. Like, share, and subscribe.